What's going on, guys? Dominic with Budget Plants. We are back today talking about another beautiful plant. I'm telling you guys, this one, get ready. Just get ready. I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's awesome. Coleonema Sunset Gold. Let's go. Let's start off with the obvious. This thing is bright. It is in your face with this beautiful golden chartreusey color foliage, and it gets a really neat small pale pink flower in winter and spring. But again, the foliage is really the highlight of this plant. The texture is very, very fine, almost feathery. Now, after you've touched it with your hand and you felt how wonderful and feathery the foliage is, you smell your hand and it smells amazing. This citrusy, flowery, heavenly, Bath and Body Worksy scent-wise. Fantastic. Hence the name Breath of Heaven. So it's a really fun plant to use. It kind of just sneaks its way into so many of my designs just because of the awesome characteristics of this plant. It's a wonderful contrast to darker foliage, which I'm going to tell you guys about a little bit more later. But first, let's go to the quick facts. Coleonema does best in zones 8 through 11. The foliage is evergreen, 2 to 3 feet tall by 4 to 6 feet wide. Plant in full sun to light shade for best results. Watering needs are moderate with more water and extreme heat. Bloom time is winter and spring. Coleonema is native to South Africa. All right, how are we going to use Coleonema Sunset Gold? Well, stylistically, it has an appeal that is a little bit more informal and loose and natural. So that's going to be Mediterranean landscapes, that's going to be informal English cottage gardens and woodland gardens, styles where looseness and an organic feel is desirable. Now, using the Gold Breath of Heaven with other plants in the landscape, I like high contrast in my designs. So I'm going to pull other plants that have a dark foliage to them and plant them in close proximity to the Coleonema to give that high contrast. And that'll be so dynamic for creating interest in the landscape. And since the Coleonema grows a little bit smaller, this is more of a foreground to middle ground kind of plant. So that means I can put something that contrasts in front of it, a small bordering plant, maybe like a fescue of sorts. That will also give a color differentiation. And behind it, I'm going to contrast it with something tall that maybe has a different texture, like a darker color phormium or something like that. So I'm building layers and also changing color and texture to create that high contrast drama that makes the landscape interesting. Now, you can also use this in mass planting. So plant 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, of them together to create a huge swale of a big blast of color. Now again, keep scale in mind. You want to make sure that you have a decent sized space for mass planting. Scale is very important. It's going to get about 2 feet tall, but it spreads about 4 to 6 feet wide. So again, know where you're planting it, understand how it is going to be spaced in relation to other plants in the landscape, and just give it that room to breathe and spread out and do its thing. So again, mass planting versus single specimen planting. Okay, both can be very dynamic in their own way. And that is just about it for Coleonema Sunset Gold. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It was fun. I always have fun chatting about plants and all that fun stuff. I could just talk for days and days and days and days and days about it. So thank you for joining me again. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification to let you know when the next one comes out. And as always, in the meantime, happy planting.